Let's talk about what spirit babies know. Yes, they are spirits, so logically, they know a little bit more about you, and they know a little bit more than you. But it doesn't mean that they know everything. And I've seen that in many readings, in my own personal experience, and I'm going to tell you what I know so far about what they know. So the first thing is we've discussed that. I've talked to you about that in my previous videos. The fact that spirit babies do choose you. They choose the circumstances of their life. So they already know you. They know what you think, they know your past, they know their genetics, they know your parents. Um, they know everything that they have to know. They've chosen their country, they've chosen where they're going to be born. Um, all that they have established. It's part of their life script. It's part of the challenges that they've chosen for themselves. It's part of how they chose to evolve. Now, once this is set, they're ready to come when the time is right. That will happen, and they usually know when the time is right, or if it's not a specific time, is what are the circumstances that should be met in order for them to come to life. So all these things they can guide you on. They can tell you, this is what you need to do, this is what I need to be accomplished in order to come and join your family. All these are the things that they can assist you with. But usually, once you get pregnant, they don't know what's going to happen next. One thing you have to understand is that there are a lot of different forces, a lot of different spirits, a lot of different energies. There are layers and there are hierarchy of forces. There are councils, there are general councils, there are councils for each soul, and they decide. So when things are getting into motion, the moment there is a connection to the physical, the soul of the baby may or may not know anymore what's going on and what's happening. um, which means that if there is, for example, a miscarriage, they might not know immediately what happened, why it didn't work, what was going on. I've seen that in different readings where, for example, you would have the soul of the mother and the soul of the baby standing together, and the images that I was having was almost like in the movies when you see a family come together and they're watching a house on fire, they're watching the house burn, and they're feeling helpless. What happens is um, the spirit babies also become observers. They're also depending on the life forces or on the circumstances to come or not. And they cannot do anything about it. And they cannot tell you because they don't know neither. So they will be by your side and they will watch and wait. I had this case recently where a woman was pregnant and she started bleeding, and she was worried whether it was the beginning of a miscarriage or not. And then the bleeding stopped, and then it went on and off and on and off for 10 days. And I remember I could not tell her more than that the spirit baby doesn't know more than you. He's being a spectator just like you, and he's waiting to see what's going to happen. And thankfully, crossing fingers, everything is well and the pregnancy is carrying on. But I have seen cases where there is a miscarriage and where the soul of the baby did not understand what happened, and sometimes is okay with it and has accepted moving on. And sometimes they will feel strong emotions about it. They may be angry, they may be upset, they may be stuck in confusion. What happened? Why couldn't I come? And I've seen that when in my own case, when I got pregnant immediately after with the and that new soul had come around. I remember the first soul was so upset, saying, I was supposed to come, it was me, how come I was pushed out and now there's this new one? And it was very strange. That was the beginning of spirit baby communication for me. And that soul was around for almost 2 months and being so upset about it because she did not know. And I've seen that in other readings where the answers could not come from the spirit babies. Sometimes if you give it enough time, the soul, the spirit baby, will move on and will get to know what has happened, and then they can come and deliver more messages. But it's not always the case. So whatever they know, they try to communicate. And this is one thing that they want you to know also, is that they're frustrated that you're not trying to communicate with them. They're frustrated that humanity is not evolving fast enough. I had received that message from spirit guides a long time ago that the next level of um, evolution for humanity is for us to become aware of our energy field, what is invisible in our electromagnetic field. And once we become aware of that, we're going to start taking care of it, because right now we don't. Um, it was what they were saying is the same way you brush your teeth every day, the same way you shower every day, then you should also clean and maintain your energy field. Why that's important is because in your electromagnetic field you have layers and you have channels and you have path and you have a lot of energies flowing in all directions, but it has to be maintained, it has to flow um, effortlessly, because like any machine, it gets jammed, it breaks down, it overheats. You need to recharge the batteries, like any device. So what they're saying is once you become aware that there is this layer that you have to maintain, what's going to happen is you will be less subject to stress, to strange emotions. Once your channel of communication with the unseen and the energies is clearer, then you will get more guidance. You will feel less lost and less stressed, and um, so you will learn to meditate, you will learn to communicate with your spirit guides and with the spirit babies. And what they were saying is um, the more clarity equals less ignorance, which equals less pain. They say that as human beings, we suffer because we do not know. We are, and what we don't know, and when we are waiting, it stresses us. If we don't know the future, when we are not in control, um, they were giving me the example, like if you knew that you were going to get a child or a job or whatever it is that you want, but you're only going to get it in 4 or 5 years, things would be very different, because you would maybe enjoy life, appreciate other things, put your focus and attention on other elements of your life for those 4 to 5 years. And when you feel that you're reaching that limit, then you'll start focusing on it again. But the fact that you don't know that it's going to be after 4 or 5 months, 4 or 5 years, you are going to drive yourself crazy. Waiting, expecting, checking, doubting. Is it ever going to happen? Is it me? Is it my partner? Um, why doesn't it work for me? Why is it so easy for the others? And da 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 da. So they're saying because you don't know, you suffer, you hurt, you're making it difficult for you. If you only knew that it could be way simpler, if you took care of your energy field, you could have access to us. We could give you messages. We could help you have a happier life, because once you know certain things, it makes it easier to be patient, to wait. It's easier to accept that, okay, fine, I may not know the why and how, but if it's not going to happen now, I'm okay with it. So they were giving me all of those examples. And as for the hierarchy and the councils, then that's part of life. That's how it is. We don't get to know everything. Once we are in the flesh, we are there to experience, and we are there to learn to let go, to be resilient, to process, to evolve. So that's what they know so far, or that's what I know also so far, and I'm sharing with you. And the last wink that they've been giving is the moment I started channeling, even though I was receiving all those messages, they kept showing me butterflies. They want you to know that butterflies, especially in that vision, they were dark blue and black. Butterflies are signs of their presence. They are confirmations for you. They could be signs. So when you ask for them to be around, when you see butterflies, remember that they are there. This is their way of saying, we do exist, we're around you, and remember to communicate with us. You might ask me, how? What do we communicate? It's through your thoughts. It's as simple as that. It's through meditation, it's through relaxation, it's through hypnosis. It's it is through that channel. If you are a little bit into yoga and energies, through the crown, through the third eye and the crown chakra, you have those channels, and through those channels, you get a better access to them. So please, please, please be more aware, be more conscious of who you are and what you have. And the more you're going to do that, you will see that life will become much easier, even through difficult times. So I hope that those messages were helpful. It was a very nice combination of their messages about what do they know and what you should know, and how to move forward. And I take great pleasure in giving you those messages, because I do feel that this is one of my purpose in life, is to teach people that there is more. There are energies, there is that magnificent magnetic field that you have, and you can make use of it. So do start, discover, learn. Bye.